I'm Justin.
I'm Travis.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Wrestling
Wrestling Junkie.
Junkie. Alright, welcome to our WrestleMania 39 predictions video. The biggest week of wrestling of the entire year, pretty much. I'm super excited for this card. I think we have a lot of great matches on our hands and a very just exciting time to be a wrestling fan. But yeah.
This is like you said, the best time to be a wrestling fan. And yeah, it's tomorrow. Or as you're seeing, it'll be today. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're excited for a lot of matches. There's a lot of great ones. I don't think there's any bad ones necessarily. I think they're all like really
Yeah.
good. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for it. I know all of you are excited for it. So yeah, we're gonna give y'all our predictions, and let's see if we get it right.
To kick off the show, we will be having Austin Theory versus John Cena for the United States Championship. Who do you have and why?
I think this one's gonna be pretty simple. I think Austin Theory is gonna win. Just because obviously John Cena is not gonna like come back to the company and like hold his title for
Yeah.
a period of time. So I think he's gonna win, but obviously John Cena is gonna have like some big moments, or in like a DQ maybe or something like that.
Yeah, a part of me really wants John Cena to win to maybe have like a United States Open challenge for like a few weeks, but obviously he's in the middle of filming probably shows, movies, whatever. So it's kind of hard for him to fit everything that his crazy schedule I'm sure he has. But yeah, I agree that Austin Theory will win this, and I think Austin Theory kind of needs to win this because after that promo that John Cena gave to him a few weeks back, that was a pretty hardcore promo on him. So yeah, we're both gonna go through for this one. But then go to our next match. We have another big match. We have Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. Who do you have and why?
This one's tough. I could definitely see it going either way. But for my pick, I think I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins. Like obviously Seth Rollins is like one of the best wrestlers in like all of wrestling, top 3 or 5, depending on where you want to rank him. Uh, so yeah, I just think he'll get the win, but I think he'll make Logan look really good. And we actually predicted this match before it happened in our last pay per view review. We kind of predicted this was gonna happen
Nah.
at WrestleMania, and it did. So yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna be excited for that, and I am too.
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna go with, Seth Rollins for this one as well. Um, I think if Logan were to win this match, that'd be like it would be a crazy shock because obviously Logan is incredibly talented. Like for only doing this for over a year now, he is that's it's like insane how talented he is. However, his only two wins have been over Ray and Dominic last WrestleMania, which would be his 1 year anniversary, and against the Miz at SummerSlam. His only loss was Roman Reigns. And if we're having on like on a scale of like his opponent, Seth Rollins is right there next to Roman Reigns. And Seth Rollins has lost his last 3 WrestleMania matches, I think now. He lost to Cody, lost to Cesaro. I forget who the other one was. But yeah, I think Seth kind of needs to win this one just to be in the title picture for the world champion title picture after Mania as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And then moving on, we have a 6-woman tag match. We have Trish Stratus, Lita, Becky Lynch taking on Damage Control, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. And who do you have?
Uh, Honestly, I'm gonna go with Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch.
Okay.
A lot of people are probably gonna pick Damage Control, but I mean they already have like a lot going on for them. Uh, and yeah, they don't really need the win necessarily. I think it'll be like a cool finish if like the OG wrestlers, and I guess Becky Lynch is kind of just thrown in there.
No.
But yeah, I guess the Trish Stratus, Lita, Becky Lynch, I think they'll win just to like kind of have that last moment kind of because I don't
Yeah.
see them coming back necessarily.
Yeah, well, of the rumor, obviously one of the rumors, like I said just a rumor, Trish Stratus is supposed to be staying for a little while longer, and the rumor was Trish Stratus is gonna be feuding with Becky Lynch for until SummerSlam, which I think could be very interesting. Which, since that's a rumor, I am gonna go Damage Control, and also I think Bailey, Dakota, and Io being here for about 6 months now, give or take. I think this would be another big moment for them. I think a win over Becky and literally there's almost everybody in this match is a literal GOAT of the women's division of all time. Trish, one of the best. Lita, one of the best. Becky, one of the best. Bayley's one of the best. Dakota and Io are very, very talented as well. But yeah, I'm going to go Damage Control. But yeah, going to our next match, we have the men's WrestleMania Showcase match. We have Braun Strowman and Ricochet taking on the Street Profits, taking on Alpha Academy, taking on the Viking Raiders. And who do you have?
I'm gonna go with the Street Profits on this one. I just like that team the most out of all of these teams. But my favorite wrestler out of all of these is definitely gonna be Ricochet. He's one of my favorites, like kind of period, like as far as like high flyer wrestlers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with them just because, like I said, they're one of my favorites, and they broke up. Well, they didn't break up for a while, but they were injured for a while towards the end of last year. And yeah, I could just see them kind of having like a big WrestleMania moment because they usually do have big moments at pay-per-views.
Yeah, and I think part of me wants to go to the Street Profits, like with some other teams, but I think the Street Profits are gonna win. I'd like to see the Viking Raiders get a win here because I feel like they're a team who in NXT were like very, very popular, but then once they got to main roster, they had like times where they were like showcased very well, but then never really got back to that NXT level. But yeah, I'm gonna go Street Profits. I also hope I'm kind of assuming it's gonna be, but I wish there was implication on whoever wins this match is gonna be the next contender or the number one contenders for the other tag titles for forever.
Yeah, and it probably will.
Yeah, most
you'll
likely.
probably see them at SummerSlam or whatever, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, we're both gonna go with Street Profits for that one, and then go into our next match. One of my favorite matches on this card because of the build for it. We have Rey Mysterio take on Dominic Mysterio, and who do you have?
So obviously there's like a lot of like backstory towards this. You know, Dominic turned his back on Edge originally, and then turned his back on Rey after, and then the whole thing just happened at Royal Rumble where you didn't see it happen, but they like insinuated that Dominic attacked him and forced him to like not compete in the Royal Rumble, and then he came in. Didn't do much, but yeah, it was implemented that, you know, he attacked them backstage. He walked out with his mask and all that. But yeah, I think Rey Mysterio definitely wins this match. He's never done anything to Dominic except get him arrested, basically.
Yeah.
That's like all we've seen him do. So I think this will be like his get back kind of.
Yeah, a part of me, and I think we'll see it more in my predictions later on, but I'll kind of give you a spoiler. I think the Judgment Day is going to have a very good night tonight. I think all of them, will get a win on the two nights. So yeah, I'm going to go with Dominic. I think if he wins, the boos he's going to get are going to be crazy, and I kind of want to see how the fans are going to react to that happening. But yeah, then going to our next match, we have the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair taking on the Royal Rumble winner Rhea Ripley, and who do you have?
I'm gonna go Rhea Ripley just because I want her to win. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to see the title on her. I think that's like that's probably like the majority opinion. Obviously, Charlotte Flair like hasn't been back for too long. It's just been like 2 months, 3 months, somewhere around there. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. But yeah, I think it's just time for like a change, kind of. And I think Rhea Ripley like kind of just deserves it. She's been really great.
Yeah.
She really like showed out at Royal Rumble. She obviously wanted to get this match. I think it'll just be a big like payoff for her to win this.
Yeah, I think, and it's weird because Charlotte, she for some reason WWE's putting her right now like the face or like the baby face in this match, which I think obviously Rhea Ripley should be a heel in this match, but I think they should both be heels. But yeah, I agree that Rhea Ripley is the clear favorite to win. I think people, especially Rhea Ripley right now, is like one of the hottest women going right now in the women's division. I think has a lot of like momentum going right now, and I think you can't end it here. This also has like a lot of backstory to it as well. A few years ago, obviously Charlotte and Rhea had a match at Mania for the NXT Championship, which Charlotte beat her. So I think this is gonna be like another revenge for Rhea. But yeah, I'm gonna go Rhea as well. All right, and for what we assume is going to be the main event of night one, we have the Usos taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the undisputed tag team champions. Who do you have and why?
So obviously this could go a lot of different directions. I could see like a lot of like storyline stuff like happening throughout the match. Obviously, it'll probably be a long match. Uh, the Usos could turn on each other. Kevin and Sammy could turn on each other. No telling what happens during the match between like all the stuff that's like kind of going on with this. And this is probably gonna be the end of this storyline, or if not the end, then close to it. This is probably the best stage to end it on. Those obviously WrestleMania. But yeah, I can see like a lot of stuff going on in this match. But for my pick, I think I'm just gonna go with the Usos. They retain. They've had the champions for a long time now. And yeah, they could win or lose. I wouldn't mind either way. But for my pick, I'll just say the Usos.
I am gonna go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think this has been a long-awaited moment of two real-life friends who have been friends for years now, and this match has literally been billed as brothers versus brothers. Obviously, Usos are literal brothers. Kevin Owens and Sami are friend brothers. But I think the moment when I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will win, I think that moment of the crowd when that 3 count goes off, they're gonna go absolutely crazy, and it'll just be such a feel good moment. And I think for what Sami Zayn has done over the past 6 months now with the Bloodline storyline, I think he deserves to have his big moment here and really be shown as he can main event big pay-per-views like WrestleMania and once you main event WrestleMania, you can do pretty much anything in WWE. And yeah, I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn deserve this one. And then to go on to night number 2, we have the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Champion. Gunther take on Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. This is gonna be a slugfest. Who do you have?
Yeah, this one is another one that could kind of go any direction. I don't see Sheamus really winning it.
Okay.
I'm leaning more towards like Gunther or Drew. But for my pick, I think I'm gonna go Gunther. He hasn't had it for a very long time. A lot of people like him with the belt, but also I could see him losing because I would also like to see him move on to the World Championship. A bigger championship. So it could kind of go either way. Like I said, I don't see Sheamus winning it. But yeah, I'm gonna go Gunther, I think.
Yeah, this is probably, for me at least, one of the toughest matches to predict, because for me, I think any 3 could win, and I'm okay with the decision as long as obviously it makes sense in the match. A part of me wants Gunther to win I think he's closing in on one of the longest Intercontinental Champion reigns in I don't know how long it is, but it's up there as one of the longest. I want Sheamus to win because if he wins the IC title, he's now a Grand Slam champion, which I think would be amazing for him. And Drew, he's just a great wrestler, and he's had an amazing year. I think him winning this would be another feel-good moment. But I am going to go Gunther to retain. I think if a win here would solidify him as one of the biggest and baddest heels right now in WWE. I think we're going to see a great match between all 3 of them, and yeah, I'm excited for this match.
Yeah.
But then going on to another anticipated match, we have a Hell in a Cell match between Edge and the Demon Finn Balor. And who do you have?
Just to keep it short and simple, I'm gonna go with the Demon Finn Balor. Obviously, it's probably one of my favorite characters in wrestling is the Demon. Even like the music and his intro when he comes out, like his personality, I guess you could say. And I'm just a big Finn Balor fan. He's great. I don't think anybody in the world would disagree with that. He's probably, as I said with Seth Rollins, one of the best right now. And yeah, he's just one of my favorites. Obviously, Edge could win because I could definitely see it happen. As Edge, he's another fan favorite of all time. But yeah, it's a Hell in a Cell match, so Edge could easily win. Finn could easily win, but I'm gonna go with Finn. Because yeah, he's just one of my favorites.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I do think the Judgment Day are gonna have a clean sweep on the night, and I'm also gonna go with the Demon Finn Balor. A part of me would have went with Edge if they didn't say that it was gonna be the Demon Finn Balor. If
Yeah.
if it was just Edge versus Finn Balor, I'd been like, okay, I think Edge is gonna win and it's gonna be over with. But now that's the Demon. That's when you have a real Finn Balor, and probably arguably the best version of Finn Balor is the Demon Finn Balor. So yeah, I'm gonna go and agree with you for that one. But yeah, this is another match. I think, I hope it does. I hope it does. I just hope it goes well because Edge has like kind of a history now of having these long matches that feel just dragged out, and I just hope this isn't too long but isn't too short either. But going on to our next match, we have the women's WrestleMania showcase. We have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Natalya and Shotzi, taking on Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. And who do you have?
So everybody knows through my history of doing these predictions that I usually go Liv Morgan direction, just because she's one of my favorite like personalities in wrestling, in the women's division at least. She's may not be like the greatest like technical wrestler. She's not really a high flyer or anything like that, but she just makes her matches just always good. She doesn't let you down. And like I said, her like personality in ring and her like promos that she does, I think she's just funny, and she's good. Yeah. So I'm gonna stick to my traits, and I'm gonna go Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez because Raquel's also growing on me. She obviously came in from NXT not too long ago, and she's slowly becoming one of my favorites. And I would just like to see them win.
Yeah, I would go with Liv Morgan and Raquel. However, I do think Ronda Rousey and Shayna are gonna win.
That's who I don't want to win. Yeah. That's the one team I don't want to win. Yeah,
for me, like I agree with you. It's one of the two teams I don't want to win. I'm not too big of a fan of Ronda, but I am a big fan of Shayna. I think she's really good. I think she does really well in her matches. But yeah, I am gonna go Ronda and Shayna. I think there's somebody who, assuming this will be for the tag team champions, or to be considered for the tag team champions, I do think Shayna and Ronda are the most reasonable to take them off of pretty much anybody and have like a very long reign with them, and hopefully bring a bit more notice to the women's tag titles, because right now, even though they're on Becky and Lita, it's not really a big factor in their match, at least. I think this match could honestly be very underrated. I think some of the people in it are not liked by a lot of people. However, the other half of the match is by people who would just actually like and are actually really good in the ring.
Yeah, like Natalya and Shotzi's another one of my favorites. That's like coming up right now. Was it last WrestleMania when she came out on a tank? Or was it like SummerSlam or something? I forget when it was, but when she came out on that tank, it was hilarious, and I love that intro. I'm expecting something from her again as she comes out. But that's another team that I could see winning if I didn't pick Liv. Yeah,
the other team I would like to see win would be Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. I think Chelsea Green's character is hilarious. The Karen character is funny. I feel bad for Carmella. Obviously, she got kind of not written off, but she got replaced by Sonya in their match, which I hope she's okay. I don't know if there was no reason why, I don't think yet, but I would have liked to see Chelsea and Carmella win. But yeah, I think Ronda and Shayna are going to take that match. And then moving on to another women's match, we have the Raw Women's Champion, which could be match of the night, obviously besides Roman and Cody. We have Bianca Belair take on Asuka, and who do you have?
So once again, I have like a history of like kind of picking like through the same people. I've been picking Bianca a lot recently because I mean she's just great. She's had the title for so long, but I'm gonna go Asuka. She is my favorite women's wrestler. She's great. I think she deserves a huge win like this. She deserves to be the champion, and she kind of has like this new character that she's been like developing over the last couple months. Like, or not a new character, but like a new like personality of herself, you know. But yeah, I would just like to see her win. She is my favorite women's wrestler in all of wrestling right now, and I would just like to see her win. It'll be a big moment for her for sure.
Yeah, obviously Bianca won the title last WrestleMania to Becky, and I am going to agree with you, and I think we're going to see Asuka take the champion. I love Bianca's reign. I think she's done really well with her run. Some really great matches. Obviously, the match at SummerSlam was amazing. Her match to win the champion last WrestleMania was amazing. Her match with Bayley I really enjoyed at Crown Jewel. Um, but yeah, I think Asuka deserves this. I think she is, like you said, she is one of the best women's wrestler in all of wrestling right now, and she is just. I think she just deserves to be put back in that top echelon position where she is one of the most feared women's wrestlers in the division.
And also, I would like to see a Bianca and Charlotte like feud go on.
Yeah.
I know it's the whole Raw SmackDown thing, but that really doesn't matter anymore. People go wherever they want, pretty much. But yeah, I would just that's a feud that like I've kind of seen in my head for a while that could work. Charlotte obviously was injured for a while, so that kind of like I assume that was probably one of their plans to like happen, but obviously the injury kind of derailed that. But yeah, that's something I hope happens is Bianca and a Charlotte feud.
I think that's definitely something I will definitely see in the near future. But then I said the last match was going to be match of the night, but which probably will be match of the night. We have Brock Lesnar take on Omos. Who do you have?
Yeah, you're definitely trolling. This is probably one of the worst matches on the card. Not that it's a bad matchup, it's two big, beefy guys going against each other. But yeah, this one, it's hard to say. Brock. That's what it is. I mean, if Omos wins, that's great. That's great for him. I don't think it does much at the same time either. Like if he wins, what does it do? I don't really know. But at the same time, if Brock wins, what does it do? He just got off with a feud with Roman for however long that was. It was a long time. We've seen a few matches by them. But yeah, I don't think a win does a lot for either side. Brock's obviously a top star. Whether he wins or loses, he's gonna wrestle whenever he wants to, and he's not gonna wrestle whenever he doesn't want to. But yeah, it'll be a bigger one for Omos if he wins. So yeah, Brock's gonna win.
Yeah, I do. To be honest, this is one of the ones where it's like kind of like 50-50, where you have Brock Lesnar who notoriously kind of just likes he's not a guy who like puts over talent too much. But however, I am gonna go with Omos. I think I'm just more of a fan of him. More of the like I love like the fan base around Omos right now. I think it's hilarious. But yeah, I hope we see a potential F5 from Brock on top to Omos. I think that would be a really cool spot. But yeah, I think this match won't last long. But yeah, I think this will be hopefully it's a decent match to give both men something to just everybody, because everybody's kind of expect this match to be really bad, but I hope it's at least decent just to make everybody happy, But then going on to the main event of WrestleMania, the long-awaited match, a year in the making, we have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal Champion. And who do you have?
So obviously this one's really hard because Roman's been the champion for so long, the longest. Cody Rhodes is just a favorite by everybody. So it's really hard to choose on this one. But I am going to go with Cody. I think it is time for a change. I think Roman probably wants a change too, just to kind of like get a break. It's been rumored that he'll, be on break after this WrestleMania and just take like a couple months off or so. But yeah, I'm going to go with Cody. It makes sense. I could even maybe see them like splitting the belts. I kind of hope that does happen. I don't really think it makes sense to have two belts on one person when there's like so much talent in the company right now. So I'd like to see two, champions, but yeah, I think Cody wins. I hope he wins, but I think either way, this will be a very good match.
Yeah. I think he's going to finish this story. It's going to be Cody Rhodes. However, if Roman Reigns were to win this, we are going to be in a very interesting, Twitter's going to be crazy, because Roman will hit 1,000 days if he beats Cody here. Because I'm just assuming he's not gonna defend it for a decent long time after Cody or after Mania, but I don't think we'll see that. I think Cody's gonna finish the story. This has been years in the making for Cody, leaving WWE, starting up AEW, touring the Indies, coming back at last year's WrestleMania, winning the Rumble, and this is where everything comes to fruition, and just this is where it ends for Roman, and in my opinion, is going to end for the Bloodline. But yeah, I think Cody's going to take the W for this one. But yeah, that was WrestleMania predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm very excited for this. I think these next 2 nights are going to be very, very interesting, and I'm very excited for it. But yeah, if you have anything to say, thank you guys for watching the video, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.